Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Khalid Al-Habib, Professor of Cardiology, College of Medicine, King Saud University. Happy National Day, everyone. Hope you had a good time celebrating our National Day. Congratulations for all of ourselves and our nation. Today is a session about a new concept under the Saudi Heart Association. It's about an idea that came to me to improve the research skills. And so Virtual Research Academy is an idea that came to me recently after many requests for improving research collaboration in the region and benefiting from the efforts that we and others have been doing in the Saudi Heart Association. This funny cartoon, shows the difficulties in that we all pass through, all the way from having the concept in the principal investigator mind in the left upper corner, to being described in grant proposal, to the picture being changed to actual goal after funded, the picture how it looks and how it's being understood by some of the research assistants, how it's being observed in the first experiment, how it's being observed in repeated experiments, how it might look nicer when it's presented in conferences or when it's being submitted to journals. But this might be the end result after the actual publication, after addressing many of the reviewers' comments. So it's a funny cartoon trying to highlight the point that many of the times that we basically try to start a research project with a great idea in mind, and this is what we end up with. So what is the vision for this academy? It is trying to improve the medical research field and quality of scientific publications in Saudi Arabia and hopefully in the region, and hopefully a motion for more global networking at the level of medical research. Target audience, all healthcare professionals, including both under and postgraduates, includes allied health practitioners such as nurses and technicians, whoever wants to get involved in research, research assistants, with the following goals: trying to improve the knowledge and skills needed for performing robust and scientifically sound medical research studies, develop a culture of high-quality medical research in Saudi Arabia and the region, and learn from success stories of high-impact researchers to inspire the emerging younger generations. Develop scientific and research networking among researchers involved in different cardiovascular fields and with other fields of medicine as well, and basic science as well. So although this is born out of the Saudi Heart Association, as the name indicates, it's not cardiac research, it's Virtual Research Academy. Any kind of medical research would be welcomed. And many of the times we are very closed among ourselves and we do not really collaborate among other subspecialties, which is really a waste. I think many of the progress and scientific discoveries in medicine come when we go beyond our comfort zone and we collaborate with other subspecialties outside our own deep subspecialty. 4, help in fundraising of research projects through presentations and meeting with potential industry sponsors. So it's not just lecturing about research; it's trying to connect with industry and organizations that can fund research. I'll talk at the end about the Saudi NIH, a major fund raising a funder for research projects. 5, enhance the understanding of governmental regulatory processes of approvals and audits of clinical trials through presentations and meetings with organizations responsible, such as the Saudi FDA. So I would hope to have people from the Saudi FDA to talk to us about the process. Myself and many people around the country have been through a very long and tedious process. Question how could we streamline the process for regulatory approval. Learn from innovators about the long journey of innovation. This is something that is, I think I've thought about whether to add or not. And I thought it's important to be added. So we invite inventors from for those who are successful in this field, not just researchers, but those who made it to having patents under their names, to have their ideas from having a new idea of new invention till achieving the patent registration marketing strategies. This is a whole field by itself that really many of us are, including myself, are not very experienced with. And the good news, we have many people in the country. We have several people in our university, King Saud, and many people around the country that would be great to have their experience with us. 7, improve the skills of critical appraisal of published studies, skill that is really deeply needed, rather than just going to the conclusion and reading what has been written in the paper. I think we really need to spend a lot of effort trying to improve the critical appraisal of how could you criticize a research study being published, and whether you can apply it to your own clinical practice next day or not. 8, improve submission rates of high quality manuscripts. So we want to translate this into more of a practical thing, so people feel that whatever have been taught actually had an impact on the writing skills and on their submissions of high quality abstracts to conferences. 10, learn and interact with principal investigators of local and international studies. Many of us have very good connections with local and international investigators who really can help a lot in mentoring and giving their pearls of wisdom. The proposal is to go for a virtual research forum where all these goals can be achieved. Could be done once a month or once every few months. I would like to and love to have your opinion about this. What do you think about that? How frequent we can do it? And this research forum will really discuss the following issues: the basic elements of a good research question, how to search the literature properly, how to write a study protocol, how do you apply for grants. We can invite people who can talk to us about basics of statistics, biostatistics, the submission process to the IRB, how we can get ethics approval. This by itself is a skill that needs to be mastered, and unfortunately, many of the people, they get stuck in this very important step, and they get lost in the many requests of the IRB. Institutional Review Board, designing study website and electronic case report forms. As you know, many of us now when we design surveys of registries, we don't just put them on a paper, we make them online, and that by itself is a skill. How could you actually design a very good CRF, case report form, online that can make your life better when you do the analysis later on. The data collection, how could you teach people how to collect data properly, the data audit, manuscript writing skills. So this is one of the goals that we hope we can achieve by helping people sharing their manuscripts and connecting them with people in the field who can give out of their time and an effort trying to guide them through the writing skills. and basic concepts such as authorship criteria get stuck with many people who want just to put their names on manuscripts. And unfortunately, that by itself is unethical. So there are criteria, believe it or not, for being an author, and we need to know them. And manuscript submission for scientific publications, the submission process itself, I'm not sure whether you have been through it or not, but it's a very painful process. I've been through it myself. Now my research assistants are doing it for me, but I think you have to go through it yourself to learn how different journals accept your manuscript, so you don't waste a lot of time. How do you reply to reviewers? That by itself is a skill. How do you really avoid backlashing reviewers at you and try to get them on your side, at the same time acknowledging your own deficiencies, if any? Acquiring good clinical practice certificates, GCP. Most, if not all, of the respected institutions now require having good clinical practice certificate in order to get into a major registry or randomized trial or a study. And as alluded before, always trying to connect with other sectors, such as the drug and device development and approval processes, such as involving policymakers and people from the Saudi FDA. I would like to have your thoughts before I finish. I would like to remind everybody the Saudi National Institute of Health is coming very soon with its national strategy. I've been involved in moderating the cardiovascular workshop for the Saudi NIH with many people around the country, met together and trying to come up with a national strategy for doing registries, cohort studies, and trials. So stay tuned for the Saudi NIH. I think this is a great news for research in our country. This is my last slide. So this is not me lecturing you. This is basically an invitation for anybody who would like to share this effort with me. This basically will succeed only if you step in and try to share your experience with us. So would like and would love to have people from all walks of medical research, starting from research assistants to biostatisticians to epidemiologists to clinicians, whatever their subspecialty, whether being cardiac or not, to really share their experience with us, since this is only going to be successful if we really collaborate together to make this happen. And this is my email, khalidalhabib13@hotmail.com. It's very simple. Just put my first and last name, 13@hotmail.com, and just email me about your thoughts and whether you have anything to share with me. And if you'd like to present in this forum for the Virtual Research Academy, I'll be delighted to give you a chance to talk to others and to share your experience with us. So basically, this short session is about introduction of the concept and brainstorming of how could we do this together. With that, I would love to hear your thoughts and your questions. So I can see here many people that joined. So please go ahead or raise your hand or post a question, probably because of the many numbers involved. Speak up or just send a question if you'd like on the chat. So many people raised their hand. So let's get difficult to read the name. We'll start with Nihal Imam. There's a question here from Isa Al-Anizi. If a student wants to learn research basics from scratch, is there any person, scientific groups, or institutions can help? Yeah, this is what this forum or this academy forum is about. Basically, this is trying to introduce these concepts through this virtual forum. So today's session is only about introducing the concept itself. And you will really hear about speakers locally and internationally through this forum, talking about several research, different research activities and concepts. So you're welcome to join this academy and learn from this forum. Would like to hear anybody's thought about this. How can we do this better? So feel free to give me your thoughts about it. So it's more of an introduction to the concept and getting your thoughts how we can do this. For some saying, I'm far from research centers at the university, I want to start a research. What's your advice? Well, my advice is to get involved in other research projects rather than starting your own. Samih, or Samih Muhammad. There's Abdullah from the Saudi Heart. People are saying there is no unmute button. Muhammad,
but once they raise hand, I give them the ability to talk, but they are not unmuting.
Okay. Muhammad Abdul Razik, what will be the activity of the Saudi NIH? The Saudi NIH will be similar to the NIH everywhere in the world. It's basically a national organization that sets the strategy, the national strategy for research around the country, and prioritizes what gets funded from these research projects.
Mr. Ahmed is unmuted. He can speak.
Okay. Go ahead, please. Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Dr. Khalid, for this great opportunity. I'm Dr. Muhammad, general practitioner. Just to get understand what you said, that this is like proposal for research, to initiate a new research academy in Saudi Arabia, and you want people to get their idea for this proposal.
Yeah, for example, if you have a research project you wanna or a research idea you wanna present, this is one of the it is trying to provide you a forum for presenting your idea, or you want to hear about other research projects in the country so you can join them, or you want to learn about research concepts. So it serves many objectives at the same time. For example, you want to one of the ideas that I have in mind to invite well-known researchers in the world to present their efforts and how to establish research, how to do a good research. So it allows you to access these people, ask them questions, and get hopefully involved with one or some of them in their projects, or at least listen to their wisdom. For example, there are many concepts in biostatistics, p-value, median, mean. How do you do the basic statistics? Not necessarily to be a biostatistician, but at least to learn what all these weird concepts that you learn, that you read in journals, what do they mean? Does that answer your question? Okay, if no more questions, I would like to thank you all, and stay tuned for further announcements in the future for people who will present in this forum. So stay tuned for the announcement from the Saudi Heart Association. It will be sent through mass email. So make sure that you're on the mass email of the Saudi Heart Association. Thank you very much for all of you. Assalamu alaikum.